Good afternoon. Thanks a lot, Praful, and honored to be here actually addressing all of you. I saw the energy levels outside and I think this is a wow group. So I don't know what I'm doing giving you gyan in life, but I'm going to sort of talk a little bit about a few learnings I've had in life. And possibly the one thing that makes me sort of qualified to talk a little bit about that is I've had a very interesting life. I've had a really, really interesting life, and I've learned quite a bit from that life. So I can say that maybe I'm a little qualified to talk about that. The second thing I think which qualifies me to do that is that I'm possibly the most positive individual I have seen in my life. So I think I can give you some fundas on being positive in life. I think that's very important. I studied in some of the smallest villages in Kerala in government schools, Malayalam medium. 3-4 years of the 10 years in my first 10 years in school, I had to sit on the floor and study. But it also, I think, looking back upon it, was possibly a blessing in disguise because I had ample time to sit at home, experiment with things. Scientific inquisitiveness is something which my parents sort of really inculcated in me and my brother. And that was very lucky because I somehow managed to get into IIT and I got a very good rank and I managed to land up in electronics. So life was there, I was flying high. I was in a very amazing mood being this topper from Kerala in IIT. And I thought life was made. And then I realized pretty soon that life was not made and life sort of went pretty much down after that because I somehow did not connect at all with the way they taught the subjects in IIT. I just couldn't connect between the theory that was being taught and the practical aspects of how to implement that theory. Maybe I was not as focused as a lot of others and I sort of got defocused a bit. And that was possibly the one time when in my life that I completely defocused in life. And I took 5 years to pass out of IIT instead of 4 years. I realized later on that life is a long, 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 long innings. And the small setbacks which happens in life are just small setbacks. And that gives you the strength to actually jump in life to much, much higher heights. At the end of the first week in IIT, a senior of mine told me, boss, you have two options. You come here, you can either sit around with your Mallu friends and learn more Mallu, or you can open your eyes and enlarge your perspective in life. And that's what I decided I will do. And I decided that I will not get into the Mallu clique and will mix aggressively with others from outside Kerala. That is an attitude which has carried me a phenomenal way in life because throughout life, I had various roles in life where senior roles, I've had to travel across the world. Wherever I go, the one thing that sort of stands me out from everybody else is that I instantly gel with people from other cultures. And that learning that senior gave me that day, I think really helped me in the rest of my life. So I was a very happy guy. But again, one of the biggest learnings in my life happened in that particular role where my boss, he is an amazing guy. He's 17 years, he actually worked in ICI Paints. And then he took a plunge. I mean, he was a general manager in ICI and all. It's a British company, so people would salute him and, they click their heels together when he passes by, that kind of a culture. And then he took a break from that and joined Compaq as an individual contributor, handling and setting up computer retail outlets across the country. For me, doing new things and owning things end to end is what I needed to do. So that is a learning which he gave me, that never draw a strong line around the boundary of your job. Your job is what you have to do. And your job, your locus of control is completely within you. You need to figure out what to do, and you need to do it. So there is nothing that is not your job in a company. Everything is your job. Everything that influences or betters the place that you're working in is your job. So there I was, sitting with a fantastic salary, and my salary went up tenfold from the Titan days to 3Com in 2 years. So I was a very happy guy, But happiness did not come because 3Com was going like that. So it was a place where I had to really figure out all my innovation, all my skills I had to bring together to figure out how to make the customer know that we are there, that we are not closed down. So I became a PR guy. And finally, 3Com did come back slowly into the reckoning. I got an opportunity to join Airtel, which is setting up operations in Tamil Nadu. And I was the second employee or third employee, so it was building an entire structure from scratch, deciding on what kind of distributors you need, what kind of franchisees you require, what kind of salespeople, what kind of money do they get. And so we launched after 6 months. Sunil Mittal came and we cut the ribbon and started. And we had this franchisees, 30, 40 of them who had each invested 20 lakhs into the business. And we launched and then the sales just refused to take off. Now, I had an opportunity to sort of slime away and leave it to my boss to handle because finally a network was never part of my responsibility. Or I could just take it head on at that point in time. So I decided I called all 40 of them to a room. And there was me standing like this and 40 of them sitting there. Everyone wanted to murder me. I was the one who gave them this, major opportunity, rainbow and a pot of gold there and all that funda. And I knew that all of them wanted to murder me, so I had to talk. And I talked very nicely and I told them about what our plans were, why it did not work, and what is the problem, what are we doing to address it. And knowing that it's going to be an uncertainty ahead, but we need to stick together, we need to make it happen together. It's a great brand after all, and we will do whatever it takes to make it happen. I had to work out individual plans for each of them. So flexibility in this entire thing really helped me. Now, did I have the flexibility to do it? Honestly, I didn't, because the company never approved that I should go and write off or extend company's credits. But I knew that I had to do it, otherwise the business is dead. So I just took a call. I decided that I had to do it, and I went ahead and did it. I had an opportunity to continue as a great sales and marketing guy. Or I had an opportunity to take on all the responsibility which a CEO was doing and make it happen. We had this extremely open culture. The whole office was like this, a room, So everybody was accessible to everybody. And first thing in the morning, what I would do is I would just walk down and sit with somebody, sit with another person, chat about their work, what is happening, slap somebody in the back, hug somebody, understand the business issues, and quickly get into meetings of small people together, sorting out problems. We actually got 97th percentile score on a Gallup people engagement survey, which is done across the world. So we are 97th percentile in the world. Unfortunately, so I got confirmed as a CEO, very young age, one of the youngest CEOs in telecom. Unfortunately, at that time, there's this niggling issue which started coming into my life. Every time I would try to hold up something, my hand would shake. And if I tried to step downstairs, I would feel like falling. At the end of those 2 years, I was in very, very bad shape in terms of my health. And it just kept going down and down. So as my career sort of went up, my health actually kept going down. And I had no idea what it is. And I couldn't climb up steps. I couldn't button up my shirts because you have no idea how complex this operation of putting on your buttons is. None of you guys know, I know. It is bloody difficult. And the number of fine motor muscles which have to coordinate to make that happen is incredible. And it became very difficult for me to, because I was a public figure as a CEO in Kerala, Airtel and all. I used to be called for many of these inaugurations and this thing. I had to climb up things like this. I would be petrified. I would see steps and cold sweat would break down. I knew that it would be very, very difficult for me to climb up steps. So I would actually, grit my teeth, pray to God each step and climb up. That's how it used to be.